Welcome back to another 435 Alive. In today's video, Rue and I fly off to Peru. It's pretty dope. Well, when in Peru, do as the Peruvians do.
Definitely a day of burn calories.
It's good to know we have a guardian angel.
Absolutely unbelievable. If you're gonna do something that isn't super lame.
So, we made it to Cusco. And this is the inside of our beautiful hotel. Look at this. Look at that.
We landed in Cusco, and that city's been inhabited for 3,000 years.
The roads are hella narrow. There's hardly any lines in the roads, so people just drive wherever. We just walk? I kind of have an idea.
Well, I know that, but we don't know where we're going today. I guess the plaza.
On the second day, we scheduled a bus tour. We drove past Sacsay Woman, which is an ancient Incan ceremony ground where the rocks are just stacked so close together.
A lot of crazy alien stonework. So aliens do exist.
Not quite the jungle, but still pretty green and foresty.
Going up one last
row.
It's like 1.5 miles right here.
They gave us some corn on the cob with cheese. The next day, we got a tour to the salt mines, and we booked a ATV ride.
They have just a little salt spring that they divert all down a hillside, and it's just for evaporation. A lot of work. It takes a lot of manpower for 50 pounds of salt over here. The ATV ride was all the way next level.
So after about an hour and a half little bus ride up, we're up in the Andes somewhere on some four-wheelers, going for a rip. Yeah, Rue said the wheel bearing on his wheeler's gone.
They're gone. Shifter don't work. This is, the brakes work.
There's a van that follows us, I think, and he's the mechanic. He gets out and keeps us rolling. So it's good to know we have a guardian angel.
We literally just got our asses left in the middle of the damn Andes Mountains on our cruise. This is what we had to deal with. A gosh damn foiler that died. Here, we could probably put it in neutral with some of the shit. Ah! Our mechanic guy. He works. It's all good. It's okay.
Would not be complete without a breakdown. I'd honestly rather be here. Yeah! Let's go, baby! Who really knows where we're going? I see a body of water we're probably going to. It was phenomenal to drive through the farming country.
We found a cab driver that'd take us down to Laguna Humantay.
We don't understand most things. For example, how the airplane flying. For example, the cell phone, how my voice going faster to another parts of the world.
That was like a 4-hour drive from Cusco.
It's only a one-way road, so you gotta wait for the cars.
Yes, my friend.
Be a snug fit.
Peru's got some mountains that are over 20,000 feet high, so that's almost double what we have here.
So, we reached the place to park the car, and our guy told us, "Vámonos, amigos." So we hopped out, grabbed our trekking poles.
Definitely a day of burn calories. Reach the summit. We want to make it there by noon. You tell, just by my breath, we're up in the altitude, the air's thin, limited on oxygen. We got up there, and it ended up being absolutely gorgeous.
I would have took more footage, but Rue and I got distracted trying to make a Hey Dude commercial.
If you're gonna do something that isn't super lame, don't forget your Hey Dudes.
Check this out. That's our view from our bedroom. Pretty sweet. So we made it back to Peru, Cusco, and now we scheduled a trek up Ausangate. Right now we're gonna go do our laundry, get ready to go, but just wanted to show you our sweet hotel room. Custom hanging rod that just goes directly into the window. That's cool.
We met a kid that wanted a 435 hat. We ended up meeting the kid 3 or 4 days later. We could do a shout out to him. What's his name? Giancarlo.
Our boy Gene.
We told Giancarlo we was gonna go to Chile from Peru. Giancarlo told us for $500 US he will get us some pack animals and he'll take us up to some glaciers in Ausangate. And he said for $500 he would bring the sleeping bags, the mattresses, the food, and even horses to ride on if we didn't want to trek. So we struck a deal right there.
Our guide and our donkey boys. Our other guide. We woke up at 4:30-ish. We've been traveling in via bus and
Left at 4:30.
sexy car.
Got up at 3:30, left at 4:30.
Pardon. All right, we're loading up.
Left here.
Oh yes.
The eggs on the dash. Good. Gracias. Listo. Okay. Oh. Buenos días. Got the Absolutely unbelievable. 25 years ago, you could have had a good time on your snowmobile right here.
Saying goodbye to our custom taxi and hello to our new taxis. Right here.
Yeehaw. This is Yee and Haw. J.R. Timpson with Blue Sage Ventures. Is that the proper way to secure a saddle?
Checking.
He said we're good.
All right. We're gonna get a head start because I'm sure them donkeys is gonna haul some ass.
The plan was to hike 8 kilometers the first day to base camp. From base camp, we was gonna hike another 6 kilometers to some glaciers, and then back down to base camp for the second night, hike off the third, but that was not, it didn't work out that way.
Buenos dias.
¿Cómo estás?
Everybody's so nice up here. Some sexy llamas. You look really good in those clothes, girl. Oh, look at that. You are one. Yes, de nada. It's very beautiful.
Grabbed their kids and then a giant pack of shit. And just came to the top of the mountain. Unreal. All the way unreal.
I don't even know what this lake's called, but it's beautiful. And it looks like a place where a glacier probably dug a hole and left a spot for that natty water. You know what I'm saying? Some food. This is Chili's, you say?
This is the Chili's of the Alpines. The Himas, the Andes.
The Chili's
of the Andes that's set up just for us.
Ooh. Very good, very good. Yeah, these guys are the coolest. Plus you gotta let the donkeys rest. Himalayan Spotify right here. Radio. Alright, so we're gonna eat and then hit the trail up to base camp. That away. We have now gotten to snow level. As you can see, we're gonna get right to it. We'll be right to it, right up here. Yeah, boy. And then in about, I approximate 45 minutes, maybe less, we'll make base camp. I wasn't feeling the altitude sickness yet, but it looks like they're unloading the donkeys. But I had some of that cocoa tea and I've just been feeling pretty darn good. So if you're ever doing this kind of high altitude business, you gotta make sure to keep an eye out for some of that cocoa leaf, so you don't get leafed in the dust. All right, so just a short jaunt. Oh yeah, I got my little Peruvian headband. Made it to base camp, where they just started setting up. Yeah, they're chiseling down the rocks and making sure our back doesn't get impaled, so we don't rise up out of these mountains feeling a little broke back, if you know what I'm saying. So this is where we'll climatize. Yeah, I think I can handle that.
At the end of the first day, we got to base camp right as it began to blizzard.
Would you look at that? We got the privilege of some snow while we're here. That's amazing. Oh yeah, Rue's gonna go rest. Just gonna hang out here, breathe in some air, make sure we're good for the ascent up to the glacier tomorrow. So we got some food last night, got our stuff set up, went to sleep. Our mattresses were about a ½ inch thick. But now we're up, rolling. We're gonna get a little head start towards the glacier, out across these gnarly rocks.
The next morning, definitely told Jean Carlos we was not going to stay there for another night. We wanted to go check out some glaciers and hike all the way off that mountain.
Last night was perhaps one of the more difficult times I've ever had to rest. Probably got about an hour of sleep total, but we're up and at it. We've got a mission to complete. So we will head up that way towards that trail. Head on. Yo, here's our trail. We're gonna head down that little ridge, drop down and check out that glacier right down there. With a small amount of sleep, we're feeling a little shitty, so we figured we would dip down off this edge, touch glacier, put face to ice, and then go so we can find some sleep.
Sounds good. I'm on board.
We didn't actually get directly up to the glacier, but we got mighty close. Gene,
Glacier.
you made it.
We made it, bro.
We made it. This is what's up, man.
I'm way past exhausted. I'm like 3,000 feet higher than the FAA recommends oxygen.
We checked it out. We heard some cracks in the ice. We listened to the silence and enjoyed the peace. And now it's time to take the long trek out of here. I'm satisfied with this. I'm satisfied. The good news is the further down we go, hopefully the better we'll feel. It was rough, to say the least. Felt like I needed to puke most of the night. Hella headaches. But we made it. It was well worth it. It was well worth it. Little volcano down there. Look at that.
At the end of that day, getting all the hiking up maybe another 4 or 5 kilometers, and then we came all the way down. I told Gene Carlos we needed to find a taxi, only for him to say, we ain't getting any taxis that late in the day.
For our last night, we stayed here in this chill little abode. Boom. Here's the little town. So from our sweet little house, you just come over this way.
I suppose that going down there and seeing something that third world and some people that poor gives you a really big eye-opener on how good we have it here in the States.
People hauling potatoes. ¿Cómo estás?
There's a lot of probably 95-year-old people out trying to till their own gardens, construction workers that are cutting rebar with a hacksaw.
Right in there's where we had our supper last night. Little restaurante. But they were kind enough to figure us out some beds and like some mattresses with some actual blankets and what have you, which was a heaven send, I'll tell you. But here's the cool little, I'm not sure if this is like a horse barn or if this is an actual hostel, but there's just enough hay and stuff around to make you wonder whether or not, you know, whether or not they kicked the horses out to let us stay here. But hey, I'm not judging. I'm happy. There's a hot springs here too. There's a hot tub that we went and jumped in. Oh yeah, here they are. We hopped in the tub. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Those are definitely warm. They'll heat you up when you're cold. It was very interesting because there was like whole families over here bathing. Rue and I found some Head and Shoulders on the side, and I was like, do you think they just bath here? And Rue's like, oh, when in Peru, do as the Peruvians do, and squeeze out the rest of the Head and Shoulders onto his hair and washed his head and then just washed it off in there. I was like, hell yeah, dude. And then we looked over and there's a whole family bathing, like a whole family. There's like little kids washing their mom off and shit. Shh. Strange customs out here, let me tell you.
So it gives you, it's a massive eye-opener just how incredibly good we have it over here. They are very poor.